Have the Vision double DIN car deck. I'm going to put this into my son's car. Have the double DIN mount for it's a Lincoln LS. Have of course the wiring harness I just knocked over. Here's this other piece. I don't think it has amps, so it's probably not going to even use that. But we're going to install this, and then once we get it in the car, we can do a review on the radio. Here's what the back looks like. Has your subwoofer, your audio out, audio in, video, all kinds of neat stuff. I haven't ever seen this much stuff on the back of a head unit. Last one I installed was back in the 90s. Okay. We are in the car. Here is the factory head unit. And my son is going to do most of the work here to install his radio in his car. Should be fun. Just took out the vent. All he did was he pried. I don't know what size it is. Just took out the vent. All he did was take and pry this up, and the clips released. And now we are taking out the radio. Took out these top bolts. Something is holding this in down here at the bottom. Looks like it comes out as one complete unit. I'm guessing that's what these plates are for, to mount the radio. Also, looking, the radio does not slide through this. Took out, we got the vents out. We've taken these two screws out right here. Going down to the bottom, we took this plate that was covered here. All we did was there's tabs, you just pull out on either side and it just pulls right out. And then you have access to these Phillips head screws, which I'm hoping are the screws that would release this. These Phillips head screws did not release this. They released this unit right here, which we have these bolts to take out as well. Went ahead and we dropped one of the tools, so we're going to pull out with a magnet. Always handy to have a magnet around. Take out them screws. You see it let this hang on the side, and there's screws up under here that we have to take out. Get them out, this whole unit should come out. So of course you will have to put it in gear, put it in like one so you can pull everything out. Okay. Yes, them two bolts took out the radio. See, it's right here in my lap. We also unplugged all the connectors. I'm going to take out these screws right here to remove our HVAC controls, and then the radio should slide out. The factory radio looks, of course, better than the radio we bought. It doesn't have the features, but I do notice these vents, so I'm thinking there is some good power output to this radio. Okay, we are putting on the connectors. We're just using barrel connectors. We're not going to solder and heat shrink. I have actually never soldered and heat shrinked on a radio installation. Maybe if I'm looking at the amp cable or something like that, I may want a better connection, but it's never really, I've never thought it was that big of a gain. Going through the wiring harness, looking here, we of course, our connector fits here, but these other two connectors, which only have 2 wires run to each one, don't. I've already stuck a multimeter on these, confirming our power, our hot, ground, and our ignition. The rest are speakers, and then we have power antenna, which I see a power antenna right there, but I don't, this car doesn't have a power antenna, so maybe it's an amplified antenna. I don't know. I'm not going to connect it at this time, see what doesn't work, and then we will go from there. Also, we do have steering wheel controls. I'm guessing that's what these other 2 connectors are for, but our wiring harness that we bought off Amazon did not fit. The one we have did not fit these connections, and we only have one, and there's obviously 2 connections here. Just 2 wires, but 2 connections. I may write a complaint with the wiring harness, but I think I would just cut these connectors off and attach my wires directly after I figure out what they exactly are. So, a lot of fun. We're getting it together. Also, I'm going to have to go look for screws for the head unit, because it does not look like we have any, to screw the side plates on the radio. So we have these lovely side plates that go here and screw in these holes, replacing the metal brackets with plastic. But I can't find screws for these, so I'm going to do that now. Yeah, we got all the power and the dimming connected up via the wiring harness diagram they sent us. Now we're connecting the speakers. When connecting your speakers, you want to ensure positive to positive, negative to negative. If the speaker will still make sound, it's just it will be out of phase, and this could really affect your bass and mid bass production in the car. It's not really going to have an effect of on your highs. Okay, we got the radio sitting up there. We have it on his phone, making sure everything connects. The subwoofer is connected through the high output, not low pass for subwoofer controls, but we just wanted to make sure everything sounded okay. And we're getting, it's going to be more than adequate for driving down the road. The bass is way too loud right now, and it's coming from 2 kicker 12s with just 200 watts. But yeah, that's way too much bass. And we need to plug it into the subwoofer and adjust the crossover on it. If you couldn't hear that, we need we're connected to 2 kicker 12s. Adjust the crossover, get this thing sounding okay. Of course, we have to plug in the subwoofer to the subwoofer output on the deck. So we're actually going to have to run the wire all the way to the trunk. I'm sure my son is ecstatic, because he's going to do that. From AutoZone, actually got screws that will fit in that bracket. The radio itself didn't come with any screws. Wow, just touched something in my son's car and got yuck all over my hands.
Did you touch that?
Yeah, I touched that. It's like somebody spilled a Coke in there. This is you'll find all kinds of weird stuff when you buy a used car. But right now we're putting this cheap wire that came with some other speakers together, and we're going to run this all the way back, and we're going to connect RCA to this side and go through to the kicker low pass for our low-pass RCA connections, so we can run off or control the subwoofer through the subwoofer controls built in the radio. We only need one wire. There's only one RCA on the back of the radio. There is really no stereo bass. It's an omnidirectional speaker, so it's not really a big deal. Okay. Hey, I have my son into the car. Just tell him this is the kinds of jobs I did out of high school. Intensive labor, lots of funny maneuvering under steering wheels or wherever it may be. We put together the radio mount. Looks like we have a little nick on the screen. I guess that was when we were driving around looking for screws. Are you okay?
Burnt myself.
You burnt yourself? Oh, there's a light. So burnt himself on the light, but put it together. Looks like this little kit worked out really well. We picked it up off Amazon, but just plastic. There's where the screws go, and then there's these two little notches that it goes through, which gave me fits to start with until I figured out how it worked. Like I said, usually we would put this all in and with the single DIN radios and just slide the radio right in the dash. So not used to this. Didn't think it was going to be that countersunk. I guess that doesn't hurt anything, but that's as far forward as it will go. But have the radio in the mounting using the dash kit for a Lincoln LS. Turned out looks really nice. Okay, it's nighttime now. We went inside because of a rain shower, but we have connected the RCAs for the speaker, the subs. We got the radio in. All the wiring is just crammed back there right now. We haven't mounted anything. We still haven't figured out the steering wheel controls, which we have to do. One thing about this head unit, it does make some noise when it's down low. I think either we can get a signal filter for that, or we can send it back and get a better brand of radio. But we're going to go ahead and play some music and see how it sounds. It's not really tuned, so we're just playing. I mean, the amp and sub haven't really been tuned, so we're just going to play it. It is a set of kicker 12s with 200 watts. Okay, there is no amp on the front speakers. That's all coming from the head unit. So, and the front speakers are also the factory speakers that came in the Lincoln LS. Okay, we're gonna put all this together. We may tackle the wiring tonight, or for the steering wheel, or we just may come back to that later. It's still a radio and it still functions without the steering wheel controls. They would be a nice thing to have. We didn't finish the steering wheel controls. We put the dash back together. Really simple to pull this dash apart and put it back together. You have this just pops out, so you just pry up from one side, of course not damaging it. This right here, you start at these corners and just pull it out. It pulls out very easily. So very easy to get that off. This here, once you have this off, it exposes the 4 screw bolts here, and you can pull this out very easily. Then you have 2 bolts up here and 2 bolts down here holding the radio and HVAC in. Very simple system to pull apart and put back together again. And now we will play it. Of course, it's still not tuned, but it surprisingly does sound better than the factory radio. So we'll go forward. I think that's pretty loud for a 40 watt $100 radio. Now let's go through and look at some of the features it has. Of course, we have you know, your card in, you have your AV or video in, you have your timeout on you, Bluetooth, your setup screen, your radio, a disc, USB, and we're going back through the menu. We'll go look at the setup menu. Pulls in, it gives you your area, your front and rear camera, which we currently don't have. Headlamp detection on, which I don't think we have it wired yet. It has your EQ, surround sound, loudness. Of course, leaving loudness off. Yes, we played around with the surround sound and made it sound. We'll keep it on wide, see how that sounds. Okay, going back, it has a EQ. I haven't seen an EQ in forever, but this has it. And of course you can pick your different genres. It's electronica. Go here, basically display adjustments. You have language and menu settings. I guess that's go out of that. Here's your Bluetooth settings. Format adjust, your clock settings, your calendar, all that groovy stuff. Then you have backlight adjust, color of light. So don't really want to jack around with the color. It's fine. Just keep it auto. Your steering wheel controls, like we said, we don't have these set up yet. Your calibration of your screen, which the screen hasn't been calibrated. What my finger is off when I'm pressing on different things.